Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my podcast. Let's just get right into it. So, in the last episode, I asked the question, "Who is Banksy?" And I've done some research last week. Was it a week ago? A fortnight ago? Who knows? Anyway, I've done some research, and Banksy is a person, which I'm disappointed because how cool it would have been if Banksy was just like, what they call it, it's not an acronym, but is it? Maybe it is an acronym. That would have been cool if Banksy just made up of people's first names, like letters of the first name. Anyway, but yeah, so he's a real person. Some people know him, people that are close to him, and yeah, didn't know that. But yeah, he's got like a lot of art. But yeah, I totally forgot about this. But in 2015, he organised a theme park, which was like an anti-Disneyland called Dismalland, where everything was just sad and depressing. Like, that was the whole premise of the theme park. And people actually thought it was...
Welcome to Magic Crafters. I want you to release the dragons, reclaim our treasure, and recover the eggs from those pesky blue thieves.
Yeah, people actually thought that it was an actual theme park. So they brought their kids to the theme park because they're like, it's a theme park, we must take our kids there. And they were distraught, and the kids were like really upset, and I think some people left some like, negative reviews, like, oh, this is very like depressing, and everyone's like, yeah, no shit. Yeah, no, I think Banksy, like, he actually got a few other like street artists to put in some of their work as well. And so I think, I don't know, it must have been like in the terms and conditions or something, but somewhere it said, don't take your kids. Like, at least the theme park is not for kids, you know? And yet people still brought their children, and they were very disappointed. But yeah, so some people are a bit stupid. So Damien Hirst, he was another artist who put some of his installations in the Dismalland, and he installed a facade of the Cinderella castle. And it's kind of cool, actually, the Dismalland. It's cool in, like, I don't know, horrifying way. Some people checked it out because they were like, oh, this is a movie, like, this is like a set of a movie, this is awesome. And really, it wasn't, but opportunity missed, right? I don't know why they didn't film a movie in Dismalland. That would mean prime horror film, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. So with the Banksy exhibition, I didn't realise that he'd been travelling around the world many years, and it's only recently, it's come to Australia, and this whole exhibition has been organised. Well, when it first got organised, it was made without Banksy's kind of permission. But he knows it's going on. But yeah, so there's only a small handful of his work that's actually the originals. They're all, well, not they're all, but most of them at the exhibition are copies. And I mean, in some cases, I guess it makes a lot of sense considering, the originals are on buildings, and it might be physically impossible to have the original in an exhibition. But yeah, so that's not good. So there are 150 works on display, and only 34 are certified originals. That's not even half, if my math is correct, which, let's be honest, it never is, because who likes maths? Not me. Oh yeah, so like I said, the exhibition was organised without Banksy's knowledge. I mean, now he does know because it's been around for ages, but he once famously said that no one should have to pay to see graffiti, only for it to be removed, which is true.
When you see arrows like these, you can charge along with them to begin a supercharge.
Supercharge? Excellent!
Go ahead, try it.
Yeah. So I was reading this article, and it said, basically, just to feel better about going to the exhibition, we've just got to, change our mindsets to think it's an exhibition about Banksy, rather than a Banksy exhibition. Or just a Banksy themed exhibition. Banksy inspired. I don't know, something feels wrong about it, I guess.
This portal leads to a special place where you can learn to fly. I remember when I was a young dragon, earning my wings.
Learn to fly. Got it.
So anywho's, let's move on to the next topic. We're just moving from topic to topic. Crazy, I know. But let's move on to talk about the brain, because it's a fascinating part of our bodies. I just researched some facts about the brain, and apparently it is incapable of feeling pain, which is hard to really wrap my head around it, around that fact. But yeah, so the receptors, the brain doesn't have receptors, so you can't feel exterior pain. I'm like, well, I wonder, because headaches, right? Your head hurt, or like migraines and stuff. So I'm like, what's hurting? You know? I mean, honestly, I wish that someone was on the podcast with me, so then they can share some insightful commentary about these questions that I have. Because really, I think it's just like common sense or common knowledge about the questions that I ask, and I just don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, so during some brain surgeries, anesthesia, oh my god, what the hell is the word? Anesthetic, let's just say that. Anesthesia. Isn't administered because, well, like I said, the brain doesn't feel pain. So the patient is most of the time awake during brain surgery, which is terrifying to know. But yeah, so apparently if like a musician is going in for brain surgery, they would bring in their instruments and play. Although why is that hard to, like, it would have to be something small, I would imagine. Like, you can't bring in like a bloody cello, right? Like, or like a what's that big kind of trombone? Oh god, I don't know instruments, but yeah, you wouldn't be able to bring in like a massive instrument into the surgery, because I feel that there's just so much that you could do, you know? But yeah, the whole point of it is so that they don't lose their musical abilities, which is pretty smart. But I don't know, like, they're awake when they're having brain surgery. But like, you would be able to feel like the skin and your skull being cut open, right? Like, I don't know. Also, can I just say, this episode of Spyro is just all over the place. I think I really want to get 100% on all the worlds, but it's always gems and stuff that I miss, and I just can't find them. Or like eggs, some eggs that I've missed. So yeah, annoyingly, I'm not gonna get 100% on any of them, and so I can't. It's very difficult to work out like what I have done and what I haven't done, because I haven't really finished any of them. I've just half done all of them. Well, not all of them, but the ones that I have done. So I'm really just going off, ones that say 0%, and then when it's like, oh, I've done like 30% of this, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's done But I don't know, maybe one day I'll make it so it's 100%. I may or may not record it. Who can say? Also, I was thinking, because Spyro will no doubt come to an end eventually. I might intertwine another game into my podcast series, and yeah, so I might just like have a bit of break from playing Spyro and play another game or something. It might be Dreamlight Valley. That's a game that I've started. Really enjoyable. Or it might be Stardew Valley. That's also another game that I've started. Also lots of fun. But yeah, I'm debating whether... So I originally started this podcast playing games that I played when I was younger. So like, I don't know, retro games, I guess. And that's what I wanted this podcast to be, with me just playing kind of retro games. So yeah, if I start going down like Dreamlight Valley and Stardew Valley? Yeah, Stardew Valley kind of road, then I don't know, I kind of just like lost the idea of this whole podcast, I guess. Yeah, I think because I just wanted to play retro games. Like, I wanted to play... Oh, God. I was looking up Diddy Kong Racing online to see if I can somehow get it. Because that was a fun game that I used to play when I was young. And... Oh, God. And Pokemon Stadium. That's another game that I want to get, if possible. Because I think those would be fun games to play on my podcast, and then I can just, reminisce about the good times, But yeah, I think, like on YouTube, I think retro games are like coming back. Yeah, I think people are playing Mario Super World, which is a game that I used to play as well. So I wonder if I can find somewhere where I can play it. Because that was also a fun game. Man, I just wish there was like easy access to some of these games. Like on my Steam wish list, I have Bubsy. That's a game that I used to play back in the olden days. No. What other games? I'm just opening up my Steam. What are some other games? I mean, there's different like Bubsy games and stuff like that. Tomb Raider. I think I've talked about this before, but yeah, I think it'd just be cool to, play some of these as like a podcast. Yeah. I think was it Colonna Fantasy Reverie series? Yep, mispronounced that one. And that'd be cool. Be cool to suss out. God, I have so many games on my Steam, like, wish list. Most games, I have, like, ones that are, like, coming soon. Like the Agatha Christie Murder on the Orient Express, Little Astronaut, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Like, I don't know, these are games that I've just, I don't know, found on Steam, and I was like, yeah, seems cool. And there's this other game, God, I feel like I'm repeating myself. I think I already mentioned this on my podcast once, but called Revenant Hill. I feel like I've definitely mentioned this before, but I'll continue. But it's like, I don't know, is it by the same people that did that other game? It might be by the same, yeah, Night in the Woods. Yeah, it's by the same people that did Night in the Woods. That's a game that I played on my YouTube. But yeah, it looks really good. It's like similar graphics. I say similar, the same. It's exactly the same graphics. Same style, different story, I guess. Says here, the year is 1919, after the barn he was living in burns down. Twig, the cat, takes up residence in a wet log near an abandoned graveyard. When the owl from the next hill over starts demanding rent. Twig must find a way to make ends meet, and things just get more complicated from there. So you grow crops and sell at the secret market, or use for your own purpose. Put down roots, run through the field and the trees, watch the season pass, make friends who become neighbours, who become family. Also make enemies. That's unavoidable sometimes. Figure out what the ghost wants. Host increasingly ambitious parties for witches and demons and other things that don't have proper names. Get tangled up in a world in the midst of violent changes. Build a community by accident. Square dance with a possum. Eat mice. Learn to write. Cobble together some hexes and charms. Do dangerous things with your new friends. And jot it all down in your journal. See the world, or at least the strangest part of it. Meet whatever it is that lives there. Work your way up to the ladder towards your dream job of being a fully licensed familiar. Times are hard, making ends meet is harder, and the world doesn't stop at the edge of the graveyard. Something big and dark is at work in the towns, the factories, in the forests and hills. At some point, someone is going to have to push back, and they can't do it alone. Oh man, I am excited. That sounds awesome. Oh, there's more. Oh no, there isn't. Yeah, that sounds so cool. Oh my goodness, it sounds like a nice, cozy vibe. Yes, that. God, when is it coming out? It doesn't say. It says to be announced. Shame. Man, that sounds so cool. Although, what's this game? This one's called One Shot. Let's add that to my wished list. So I'm just... what's this one about? A surreal puzzle adventure game with unique mechanics. You are to guide a child through a mysterious world on a mission to restore its long dead son. Of course, things are never that simple. The world knows you exist. The consequences are real. Saving the world may be impossible. You only have one shot. That's the name of the game. One shot is a horror game. In the traditional sense, part of the game may induce some paranoia. Wow. Closing the game window. Do not worry, it is safe to do so. It only saves your progress. Damn. Well, what I was thinking, is I think I'll like play these puzzle kind of games on. I've set up like a Patreon. I haven't filmed anything on my Patreon. I've not uploaded anything. But I will.
Please do something about these green druids. They insist on moving everything in sight.
But yeah, I want to upload some videos on Patreon. I thought about doing like live streams on there, but I don't know. Does it really have that good live streaming? I don't know, ability. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it'd be cool. So you know, if you wanna support me, you can, you know, subscribe to my Patreon. Like I said, I haven't uploaded anything, but it's in the works. At least it will be. I was gonna start uploading stuff there after this Spyro series, but my god, there are like 3 or 4 worlds. Well, sorry, not worlds, games, like whole separate games. I mean, I bloomin' bought the whole remastered where it's the 3 or 4 games in one, so it's my doing, obviously. But yeah, that's gonna take me a hell of a long time to complete all of them. So I think I'll be playing this Spyro series for a long time, and I think I was editing this video and I was kind of getting a bit annoyed because I have a slight OCD about doing 100% completion, and I'm not doing that, and it's very just confusing. It's confusing me knowing like what parts that I haven't done. So yeah, I'm like, do I just take a break from playing Spyro? I don't know. I at least want to finish this game before I move on to the next Spyro game. Right, moving on to fun part of this podcast. Would you rather? Would you rather be the richest person in the world or the smartest? I think I would rather be the smartest person, because that way I can also be rich, but like be smart about it. Because, you know, if you're rich, well, according to this question, it doesn't imply that the rich person is also smart. So it seems like the rich person is rich but dumb, or be smart and not rich. But if I'm the smartest person, then I can work out how to be rich effectively. I don't know. Maybe I am smart. Oh, would you rather have $1 million now or $5,000 a week for the rest of your life? I don't know, probably like the weekly one, right? Just constant payment. See, these questions are called hard would you rather. I'd rather the $5,000 a week, because eventually it all adds up, right? Yeah, like, would I rather a weekly payment or a once-off payment?
I hate those bugs. When I become big and strong like you, I'll squash them all.
Until then, remember that supercharge makes you invincible.
Would you rather become famous or powerful? Well, that's hard. Because what is powerful? Like, I feel like that needs to be kind of defined. That could mean literally anything. Being powerful. What does being powerful mean to me? I mean, you could just, you know, think about it in your own personal development, I guess. I don't know. Doing things that you want to do. Being powerful in your own self-worth. I don't know if that made any sense. I guess, I don't know, just striving. I don't know, just heading towards goals, your own personal goals, and achieving them. Well, at least, you know, that's what being powerful means to me. You know, writing down a list of life goals that are kind of achievable, and, you know, setting your mind to it. I guess to me that's like being powerful, because, you know, achieving goals can be difficult, and when you've achieved something, when you've achieved one of the goals, I don't know, that's pretty powerful, because it takes a ton of motivation, a ton of effort, a ton of brain power, so that's another powerful thing. Yeah, you know, it's not easy, so I think, yeah, achieving life goals and just creating new ones and just having that cycle throughout your life. You know, once you achieve something, write down another goal, and you just do that for the rest of your life. Yeah. Oh, I like this one. Would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader? Look, I am your father. Like, is he in a gas mask, or like what's the what's the deal with Darth Vader, you know? I mean, I feel like Darth Vader is just, maybe he does have breathing problems, I don't know.
Try combining your supercharge with jumping and gliding, and really explore the high caves.
Well, I did not listen to any of these dragons' tips. I'm just like watching this now and I'm like, huh, what did I think of that? Here's another one. Would you rather never hear music again or lose the ability to read? So it's only music that you won't be able to hear, I assume. You can literally hear everything else except for music, or lose the ability to read. So that is literally anything. You could only watch movies, I guess. No subtitles. I mean, I guess I'd rather, not hear music. 'Cause I feel like reading is a very important part. Important part of life. But then I'm like, I don't know. I suppose you could go about life without reading. Because you have like, what are they called? What's it called? We have like audio things. Like you can have something on your phone that kind of reads the words for you. So I guess I could go without reading, because if you have something or someone read the words to you, then you could kind of learn to communicate that way. And you have like audiobooks as well, so you could just listen to audiobooks that way. That'd be another way to kind of read in a way. And yeah, if you just like, I don't know, reading magazine or something, you could find it on your phone and have something on your phone that reads the text for you. I feel like there's always a way around reading, that could make it like possible to read text, I guess. Whereas like music, I mean, I don't know how you would. I don't think there is any way around listening to music. Because you could read the lyrics, but you wouldn't know how the tune goes to that song. I don't know. I think it's easier to find your way around, like, not being able to physically read words than not being able to listen to music. So actually, I changed my mind. I would rather never be able to read again. Is that what the thing said? yeah, that's what the would you rather question asked. I mean, there's also another one that says, would you rather create history or delete it? I mean, everyone's creating their own history, aren't they? Like, creating history doesn't have to be like something massive, you know? It doesn't have to have a massive change in the world. I mean, yes, that would be history, because everyone would know about it. But you can like create history in your own life. I was going to say in your own world. Yeah, you can create history in your own life, and you know, sure, the world wouldn't know about it, but it's still history. Like getting married, that's creating history, or going through milestones. I guess that's history. Whatever those milestones may be. Yeah, I guess. Was the question, would I rather create history or delete it? Well, that's a bit of a silly question. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess create history, which I'm, you know, doing in everyday life, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's just in normal life, I'm creating history. Whether it's good or bad history, who can say? Who can say? Sometimes history can be a bad thing. You know, I guess that's what trauma is. Anyway, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying that people in society are constantly creating history in their own personal lives, and not necessarily making big changes to the world. Yeah, creating history can just be a personal thing, and kind of, yeah, just be a personal achievement, I guess. Anyway, I think we've run out of time. Thanks for listening to my raving on about literally nothing. Hopefully next week I'll have insightful things. What I'm thinking about this podcast is I might make this fortnightly podcast. It'll still be on a weekend. It'll still be on a Saturday. But yeah, I might make them like fortnightly instead of every week or every weekend. Just so I've got more things to talk about, you know, more things to share, more insightful things. And yeah, so hope that's okay. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next fortnight. Thanks for watching and listening to my podcast, and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!